morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Abbott News. Today's top story features Abbott Laboratories' gastroenterology franchise, which surpassed $1.3 billion in worldwide sales earlier this week. The market leader in the treatment of inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD, Abbott Laboratories achieved this feat on the heels of its blockbuster biologic agent, Humira.
That's right, Jim. Humira has long been the biologic of choice for patients suffering with chronic and progressive Crohn's disease. 1 year after launch, Humira had a total market penetration with Crohn's patients of about 17%. 3 years later, that number has skyrocketed to over 65%. Patient success with Humira has actually changed and redefined the way the disease is treated. Further, the news for patients and healthcare providers alike just keeps getting better. Humira now has indications for both ulcerative colitis and pediatric patients. Abbott data showed that Humira has a superior risk-benefit profile compared with conventional therapy in treating pediatric Crohn's and UC patients. Cumulative evidence suggests that the early use of Humira is beneficial in preventing irreversible damages caused by Crohn's disease, and that Abbott's Humira is associated with long-term benefits in young people's education and career path.
Launched in late 2008, the innovative Humira Gastro 3E program has already taken hold in more than 24 countries, with further rollouts in Asia and South America planned. Results from this program have enabled the production of 3 landmark publications and, more importantly, redefined Humira as a true disease-modifying agent in fight against Crohn's disease. In fact, the status of Humira as a disease-modifying agent in the treatment of IBD is now well recognized across the medical community. International registry results also indicate an impressive reduction in number of surgeries and hospitalizations for patients suffering from Crohn's.
The excitement incited by Humira is not just limited to patients and healthcare providers, Jim. Governmental payers have come to recognize the true economic benefit of using Humira in patients suffering with IBD. Humira's benefits in improving patients' work productivity and reducing indirect costs is widely recognized by payers in different countries, and this is now documented in a 5-year study, which showed dramatic savings to the bottom line. This offers great promise to patients and payers, since both will feel better with Humira. The health economic analysis of Paradigm, presented around the world by the Abbott Laboratories Public Affairs team, showed not only the cost-effectiveness of Humira, but also its superiority as well. This promising news is in addition to the initial Paradigm results released at UEGW 2011, which showed that earlier use of Humira in patients is superior to and safer than the 2008 standard of care in patients with Crohn's disease.
Other recent clinical revelations of note include the results of a Humira versus Remicade dose de-escalation study, presented at 2011 ECHO, which once again demonstrated the superiority of Humira compared with Remicade. This affirms additional 5-year real-world data that suggests Humira is superior to other biologics in treating IBD. The IPNIC collaborative program is another example of Abbott's innovative commitment to the medical community and Crohn's patients. This forward-thinking initiative paired experts from Abbott Laboratories with key thought leaders in the field of gastroenterology in an effort to develop a revolutionary cumulative disease index for patients with Crohn's disease. This index was validated in 2008 and now is a mandatory inclusion criteria in any new Crohn's study.
Abbott Laboratories is fully committed to improving the lives of those dealing with Crohn's disease. It has redefined convenience with its patients and healthcare provider support programs. Earlier this year, Abbott's Pan-European Awareness Campaign for patients with Crohn's disease received the top award of excellence from EFCA.
Gastroenterologists have reported a radical change in the lives of their patients with Crohn's disease over the last 4 years. They've gone from steroid dependence to fully human freedom with Humira. Fatigue, depression, and hospitalization data have been incorporated into the Humira label. These data prove that Humira reduces not only the gastrointestinal effects of Crohn's disease, but also the number of surgeries and hospitalizations patients will be to endure. Not to mention having a positive impact on the psychosocial factors that can devastate a patient's well-being. This important advance allows patients to lead a more fully human life and continues to reinforce Humira as the gold standard of IBN therapy.
And it doesn't seem to be stopping there. Abbott Laboratories remains on the cutting edge with the development of ABT-874. This new compound will round out their gastroenterology franchise by providing patients with another treatment option. ABT-874 will complement Humira to treat the full range of patients with ABD.
3 years ago, the Abbott marketing teams were struggling to find appropriate growth initiatives and position Humira as first-choice biologic. A strong team spirit and effective cooperation between affinities and AIM has been rewarded with a joint presidential award, as not only the market increased its growth trend, but also an effective co-position of ABT-874 has been implemented. Of course, Abbott Laboratories is also a market leader in the fields of rheumatology and dermatology, and there are positive developments in these categories as well. Abbott remains at the front in the fight against the anti-TNF-mediated diseases. We'll continue to keep watch on Abbott Laboratories as it continues to improve the lives of patients and healthcare providers around the world.
Thank you for watching Abbott News.
And goodbye from us.